Hey everybody, welcome back to My Green Pets. I'm William Green, and today is February 11th, 2017. Today I want to share with you Phalaenopsis schilleriana, which has finally bloomed out completely. And I took some of your all's advice and took the plant up into the sun, let the sun shine on it for a few minutes, and sure enough, it wasn't long before I was able to catch that rosy scent that this plant is known for. So I was very happy to be able to finally get some fragrance on this plant. And I guess we've discovered one disadvantage to growing under lights. Some plants that are fragrant they don't put out the fragrance under the artificial light. They need that natural sunlight. So that's something to consider if you've got a plant that isn't fragrant or you think it should be and you're growing under lights. Maybe that's the issue. It seems to have been the issue here with this little Phalaenopsis. My Cattleya seedlings are growing well, pushing out some new growth, and I'm looking forward to some big pseudobulbs being produced this year on these plants. Brassica New Start looks to be pushing out 4 spikes this year. Last year it was 2, the year before was 3, so this is the most it's ever put out for me, which is great, and I'm very much looking forward to those big spidery flowers with their mysterious vanilla fragrance. Let's take a look at the catasetums, which are in their dormant phase at the moment. This one's really dormant, it's not doing anything, although I did discover a little green nubbin in there somewhere. I'm not exactly sure where, but so it is showing some signs of life, but it's going to not receive any water. I'm going to keep it completely dry and until it looks a little bit more like this one. This is the Wine Delight, and you can see it's got a new growth popped up there. And as we discussed last week, catasetums that are just now putting out these new roots are very, very sensitive to water. A very respected grower on another orchid forum said that these roots, when exposed to water, will turn brown and stop growing. And I did experience this last year on the Jumbo World. I was so tempted, you know. Look at these little roots. They look like they want water, right? And so I sprayed them with water last year, and they did in fact turn brown and stop growing. So this year, the new roots on this catasetum are not going to get any water until they're a little bit longer. If I lift the pot up, you'll see that there are some older roots that are still growing as well. And I think that it's probably safe to water these longer roots, but then it becomes kind of a dangerous act of watering certain roots, not watering other roots. So I'm not going to water the thing at all right now. I'm just going to let it continue to grow. This new growth will be several inches tall, centimeters tall. I would say, you know, maybe up to here or so. And then I would definitely not, I'm going to wait to water these roots until they're at least, for example, as long as this one you see here in the foreground, several centimeters long. So no water for you. You're going to have to use your stored water in your bulb here until your roots are longer. Last week I mentioned a video challenge for you orchid YouTubers. Describe your collection in a video that lasts 60 seconds and title it My Orchid Collection in 60 Seconds and upload that video on February 25th. Well, we got a lot of really great responses. Had counted at least 25 people that said they were definitely going to do it. I hope that we have even more. It's going to be really, really exciting. It's going to be like a tour, a massive tour, like an open house of everybody's collection. It's just going to be so, so exciting. Thanks to all of you who have spread the word on your own channels, and this could really turn into something amazing. But I wanted to talk about, I heard some great ideas for some things people can do for this. I mean, 60 seconds isn't a long time. If you're kind of a very analytical, numbers-driven person like me, you know, my first thought was, you know, how can I go through a video in 60 seconds and be like, this is my Vanda, this is my Belle Royale, this is my Pav Michael Kopovitz, this is my Pav Prime Child, this is my Stanhope. That's an option. I mean, I'm sure there are going to be very creative ways to showcase lots of plants in a very short amount of time. But, you know, as Roger mentioned on his video, on his channel, you could focus on just a few plants. You could focus on just one plant. If your collection is maybe, you know, 6 or 7 plants or even fewer, I mean, my collection when I lived in Paris was 4 plants, then you're lucky because you have 15 seconds to delegate to each plant and actually talk about, you know, maybe why you bought it, when you bought it, why you like it, if you want to get more plants like it. If you have too many plants to describe in 60 seconds each one, then maybe you could focus more on the groups of plants that you have. For example, I've got more slipper orchids than any other type of orchid in my collection, and I could talk about why that is, you know, why I like them, which ones are my favorites, right? You might want to talk about when you started, or maybe, for example, which was your first orchid in your collection, which is the first one that you got, what's your most recent addition, what's your favorite, what's your least favorite. Also, if you don't have time to upload it, you know, you're interested but you'll be working on that day or whatever, you can always upload the video as a private video before the date, you know, in advance, and then on that day you can just get on your phone real quick or a computer at work and go to YouTube and make it public on that day so that it will be published the same day as everyone else, even though you uploaded it a day or two before. And then Rachel at Doenza, she also mentioned that there is a scheduling function where you can upload it and it will publish on a certain date that you set. I personally never used that, so I can't give you any advice on how that works, but apparently it does exist. That's another possibility. Alright guys, well I really appreciate you coming by. I hope that you've enjoyed. I hope that you're inspired and really cooking up those ideas for your 60-second video. Remember, we're 2 weeks out, so get to filming, and I think we're all going to be really just excited on the 25th and 26th when everybody starts uploading those videos. It's going to be amazing. Thank you guys for your interest, and I will see you next time. I'm William Green. These are my green pets. Have a great week. Bye guys.